You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Richmond Raceway on this beautiful night. It's the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. I'm Randy Pepper, alongside my good cohort, my good friend. It's Adam Wood. What's happening, Adam?
Oh man, it's a great night. I love Richmond Speedway here, or Raceway. Richmond Raceway. They keep changing the name, so I was trying to keep up with it. It used to be Richmond International Raceway, and Mike Wazinski just slams the wall. But no, I'm having a great night so far. It's kind of warm weather out there tonight.
It's nice, though. It's the sun is starting to set over the track, so we're going to be under the lights before this thing is over. And it's going to be a fun, fast race. It's 6 degrees outside. We've got cloudy, partly cloudy, 10 miles an hour, and 55% chance of rain in the area. So this is going to be a great race. You know, it's a small track, but fast, and it's slippery. That's one thing I will tell you that right now.
Yeah, the track keeps around 80 degrees, so I mean there's not that much heat in the track compared to what's out there. The sun's going down, the track's going to get cooler throughout the night. Grip level is going to be high to start with, and it's just going to get even better throughout the night. So it's going to be great for an exciting race, but as you can see, there's a lot of skid marks coming off of turns 2 and 4. People trying to put down the power way too early and too hard.
I will be one of those people. Normally, I would be running this series. I decided I was going to run this series this year, and then I ran some practice the other night with Nick and Carl, and it seemed like the car was just so loose coming off that second and fourth turn. I was like, this may not be a good idea. I think I should just bail out of this. I've had computer problems, as I've told you, and I said, this is not going to be good. Let's go back to what we really know how to do. Let's go back to being a broadcaster. And so I said, you know what? I'll go join my good friend Adam Wood.
And I appreciate it. I mean, last week was actually a blast at Concord to host and broadcast for, but you know, it's always great to have another voice like Randy Pepper up here in the booth to help have somebody to interact with.
Yeah, it gets a little, I called lots and lots of races by myself at New Smyrna Speedway and Bithlow and all the other tracks I worked at, and it can get a little boring. I will say that. If you're by yourself, you've got nobody to play off with, so I can understand. But you did a wonderful job. I reached out and told you I thought you did a great job, and I commended you on a great job on the podcast as well. So you did good.
Yeah, and as Tom Stevens goes around, we're watching him during the qualifying session. He's going to lock her up right there and get a reset. So while he does that, let's move over to Stephen Dominy, and that number is 26 gold. I'm loving it. I love broadcasting. We're out here. The AOL's TNT series usually puts on a hell of a show for us. Some short track racing lately. So they started it with Daytona, and then the past 2 weeks they've moved down to short tracks. So it's good to kind of get a little bit of a mix in between the intermediates, the super speedways, and down to the short tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a good run in one of these short tracks. So I was looking forward to this one. Absolutely. I was hoping I was going to be able to run this late, but it's not worth it. So, I don't mind being up here.
So Stephen Dominy is right now currently sitting at fourth, running a 22.80 for that past lap. Let's see what he does this time. He runs a 22.70, still good enough for fourth place. Let's look up and see what the Pasta Man's doing. And if you haven't seen his picture, Randy, look at this. He is the Pasta Man, Blake Zeddy's out there. His second lap is a 28.82. Is not going to be, wasn't good enough, but his first lap was a 22.52, so he's good. That time is good for second place. Right now, Carl Henderson is out there. He was the one that was able to grab the pole so far. He's been looking forward to this race ever since they were in it last year or last season when Sean Hayes came in here and basically obliterated every single person.
Yeah, Sean was awesome at this track, no doubt about it.
Yeah, then, he had his unfortunate incident, I think it was this track, where something happened and lost it coming out of turn 4 with like a 20-second lead and spun it and run across the line backwards. And
we see Phil Hitman Manzo out there, the Henderson, Nevada driver. Ooh, when he gets loose off the turn, that's not going to help his time at all. And he's into the wall. So,
yeah, right now he ran 25.58, which is kind of substantially off the speed right there. So let's see what he has. Nobody else is on the track right now, so we're trying to look around to see what we have. See if anybody else. Nick Adams has not went out to qualify just yet. We got Nick Adams, Tom Stevens, he did, but he wrecked. Gary Winters, Mike Wazinski, Dave Wright, and Gene Watkinson have not qualified. We have two admins out in the field. We got Joe Dinsmore and Ed Springer that's out there. And then Blake Gordon, you might have saw him in the ticker at the top right before we went to qualifying. He's just ran a few laps, but he's there to spot his Endeavor Racing team.
Probably Brandon Bernhardt, I would assume.
Oh, yep, Brandon Bernhardt. I do not see John Gordon tonight.
Yeah, he's out there. He's ninth in the grid tonight.
Okay, there he is. I missed his whole entire name.
So we sit here with the sun setting over the track, and that's going to bring the temperatures down and should bring some more grip into the track. And hopefully we don't see a lot of cautions off of 2 and 4, as we kind of think we might see a little bit of that, but hopefully we will not.
All right, let's go ahead and pull up the results here for everybody. All right. Let's go to the grid. Apparently, let's try this one. No, the grid.
There you go. You got it.
And come on. There we go. So on pole, we have Carl Henderson. Blake Zeddy's in second. Third is Josh Laston. Fourth is Steve Dominy. Fifth is Brendan Bernhardt. Sixth is Derek Schilling. Seventh is Kevin Haas. Eighth is David DeParis. Ninth is John Gordon. And 10th is Philip the Hitman Manzo.
11th, Mark Schilling. Then it'll be the 12th. The 12th place will be Lacey Jean. I guess Gary Winters, and then Nick Adams will be, I guess, 12th or 13th. I can't. They're out of order now.
Yeah,
We've got those other guys.
We'll just name the names.
Yeah, let's just do that. Nick Adams will line up, and then Mark Wazinski will behind him. Tom Stevens, Dave Wright, and Gene Watkinson will line out the field.
Yeah.
Wind out the field.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to go green flag racing here in just a bit. The field is on the grid, getting ready to go around the track for 100 laps here at Richmond Raceway. Adam, you got any quick picks here tonight?
I'm going to actually go with the pole sitter. He said, he's determined to get a win. He said this is his track, and I believe him. He went out there and put out the fastest lap by almost a tenth of a second. So I'm going to go with Carl Henderson.
I'm actually going to go with Josh Laston. The other night, Josh was actually faster than Carl in practice. And I will tell you this, that frustrated the crap out of Carl. Carl was so mad that Josh was faster than him. And so I'm going to go with Josh because I think Josh, the longer this thing goes, the better he will get.
Yeah. I mean, there's quite a few drivers. I mean, you can't sleep on Blake Ziti. He's out there. He's always fast every night. Brendan Bernhardt has been proven that he's a man on a mission here in the TNT series. And I don't know what in the world is up with the shadows here. Let's maybe I'll go back. It's kind of funky. You got Brendan Bernhardt, who's on a man on a mission, showing everybody up here in the TNT series coming into season 3. Derek Schilling's been put on a heck of a show. You got Steve Dominy. He's been out there performing great every single week. So,
and we're missing our friend from the Great White North, Tim.
Yes, Tim St. Jean hasn't been here for a couple weeks now.
Yeah. It was kind of disappointing we don't see him out there. We thought that he might try to run for a second championship or second season. But
yeah, no. I mean, he was real close to the season overall. So I mean, he could have been there if something unfortunate happens to both Carl and Josh. I mean, he's right there in the running for the overall season total, trying to get that TNT turtle lamp.
Yeah, we know how bad Josh wants that turtle. That's for sure. He really wants that turtle.
I think if he doesn't get it, he's coming to your house.
Can't have my turtles. No.
I believe so. I think he's going to come to your house if he does not win it this season.
Had a good chance of trying to do it. So, pace car pulls off. Here we go. Side by side, front row. It's Z on the outside and Henderson down on the inside. The field waits for the green to fall. And here we go. Green flag racing. Down into turn number 1 is Carl Henderson taking the field into 1. They'll slide off of turn number 2. And one guy went high. Who is that that's going so high?
David DeParis. David DeParis in the Little Caesars car right there in the orange and white. He drops down low. He moves up high right there. I mean, he is all over the track there. He's got it under control, but he is able to regain it. They're starting to get single file here already at Richmond. Richmond is known for that bottom line. You have to have it. The outside line really does not work, as you see John Gordon back there battling side by side with Hitman Manzo.
He's opening the door. Yeah, he's going to lose that spot once again if he sits down there. It looks like they are working that. Oh, and around goes one car, and around goes John Gordon. Gordon down to the inside and slams into the inside wall.
No caution.
No caution.
No, it's a one-car single spin. He's able to do it. I'm not sure there was any contact. I think John might have accidentally gave it a little bit too much gas there, hoping to get away from Nick, and then because he saw Nick coming after him. So, unfortunately, I think he put a little bit too much throttle on it and made that happen. As we're looking right here, let's go back and look at it. Let's see if we can get like maybe he did. I saw the wiggle.
I think he got a little contact from Nick.
Let's I'm gonna rewind it and see if I can get an aerial view of this since we're oh yeah, he just did. He barely clipped him. John almost had to save.
Just giving him the tip. That was absolutely the perfect tip.
Yeah. So while we were there, Josh Laston was able to overtake Carl Henderson there as we were watching that replay. Let's see.
Josh Laston leading. Yeah, awesome to get around Carl. I thought he probably would, and he has got around Carl Henderson. Let's look at the pass here.
This is the pass right here. He just was able to get him going in the corner there. Got a better run off of turn 2.
And I know that frustrates Carl to no end. Trust me, after the other night watching him, he was so frustrated with Josh running those good laps. I know that's got to
flag is out.
Finally, a yellow comes out. What happened?
Looks like it's David DeParis. Let's go back and look at it and see what happened.
David definitely was running to his own for sure.
Oh, him and
Ooh,
Hitman.
yeah. Hitman gave him a little hit.
Let's go ahead and look at the blimp view here. I always love going to this one. It kind of tells the tale. So they're going in the turn. Yeah, he gave him the tip as well.
Yeah, he did. He hit me with his rhythm stick for sure.
So that will bring out the first caution of this evening.
That's one. So how many cautions do you think we're going to have tonight, Adam? Got any idea?
I'm gonna go with 6. I believe that's a conservative number. We're at lap 9 right now under caution. It's been quite a few. I think a little bit more than you should here under caution. So it's going to be a little bit.
I'm going to go one number better. I'm going to say 7.
7 to 21 is getting a wave around. That's Mark Schilling. But he's the second race here. That's I was trying to figure out who the 21 was. Unfamiliar paint scheme for us out here in the booth. But for reason being, he's second race here in the TNT series. He's Derek Schilling. Derek Schilling also came out here tonight with a new paint scheme. Let's see if I can
Derek's got his paint scheme is awesome.
I know he can't really give a shout out right now, but Rick has been working hard. His teammate Rick Kohler was able to put together this scheme over the past week. He should be debuting a Cup car looking almost identical to this Sunday as well.
I like the way the zipper goes down the front of the hood. It reminds me of a Halloween costume. You ever seen the Halloween mask where they do the zipper down the face? You ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. I think it's a very cool way that he did that. So kudos to Rick Kohler for that.
Yeah, there's some really sharp paints. Brandon Bernhardt on his last Cup car he ran last Sunday was really on point. I really loved it. I believe I told him. I'm not sure. But, some of these guys come out every week with these custom-made paint schemes. Then the closed circuit right here, these two guys are having identical team paints. Endeavor guys right behind them. You got Blake Zedes and the number 70 of Brandon Bernhardt right there. They both have running almost identical paint schemes.
Yeah, they just have a little different colors to kind of separate them. And myself with when I run with this series, I run a almost identical paint scheme to Tim St. Jean's car because he runs the Guitar Addict Chevrolet and I run the other Guitar Addict Chevrolet. Even though he's not my teammate, he's sponsored by my store, so we both run the same paint scheme, but he runs the purple and I run the green.
I'm more partial to Brandon Bernhardt here because he's going with the orange as he falls back because he's a lap down for some reason. So him, John Gordon, David DeParis, and Gene all a lap down.
The out of the Endeavor cars, the one that I like actually is Blake Gordon's. I think his car looks sharp with the fluorescent colors. I think it stands out a lot more out of the other cars. But I'm just a fluorescent color guy. So.
Yeah, I've always liked the Endeavor's paint schemes. They always seem to stick together. John back there is a little bit different. He went with the Post-it notes. But their Truck Series schemes are usually very close to each other, and their Cup Series as well. So it's good to see that team integrity.
Yeah, and the one thing about it, here we go. Oh, let's go back to Green Flag Racing. The pace car is off. We're going to go. Josh is on the outside. Carl down the inside. Carl goes way low as they go down into turn number 1. They're side by side, but Josh gets just a better run off the turn, dives down and cuts that momentum off. As he comes off the turn, he'll lead Carl down the back straightaway by 1-2 car lengths as they go into turn number 4. It's all right now is Josh, and we've got Schilling working the outside groove, trying to make some moves up there to get around that other Schilling car.
That's number 30, Nick Adams. He just passed by.
Nick. Yeah, it's
so.
Sorry.
As we could see on that last restart, you saw Josh Laston was the leader. He chose the outside lane. They're testing this out here in the TNT series. It's the choose rule on the restart. The leader gets to choose, does he want the outside lane or the inside lane? And as you can tell, Josh chose the outside lane, got a huge jump over his teammate. and was able to clear him going into turn 1.
Yeah, he's keeping his line going in the right direction, so he's keeping Carl at bay back there. Carl's trying to close in. Carl looks down to the inside, trying to get something working on the inside to go across the line, but Josh just has that just a little bit of advantage to get around the track a little faster. I don't know if that outside line that he's running is just that much faster than Carl's on the inside.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if Carl's trying to save his tires, running behind him, hopefully, pressuring Josh to get his could have used a little bit more because Carl's running down low and making Josh trying to hug that line to protect it. So it could be making Josh abuse his tires more than he wants to.
Carl better watch out because he's got ZD all over the back end of his bumper, and then ZD's got Schilling all over the back of his bumper. And then it's another 2 back to the Nick Adams car back there in Home Depot number 30.
Yeah, Nick Adams and followed by Stephen Dominy there. Stephen Dominy's trying to close in on this picture, wants to be a part of this top 6 fight.
Yeah, they've got a great conga line working now, as I say. Just working single file, just waiting for somebody to make that mistake so they can close in and get around them. I'm actually shocked that we haven't seen as many cars around as we did in practice. These guys have actually kind of figured it out, or maybe there's just that much more grip in the track.
Yeah, as the sun goes down, you'll get a little bit more grip, and I think these ARCA cars have a little bit more opposite effect. Once they actually get a little bit more heat in the tire, you're able to lay it down just a little bit more coming off the corners. But, we also saw all that spinning happening in practice, and everybody in practice is most likely, both Carl and Derek is a bad exit off of turn 2.
Yeah, they did. So you got those 3 stacked up nose to tail. You got Dominy working that outside, trying to get around Schilling down on the inside. They're side by side for that 5th position. And Schilling will clear the Dominy car, and he'll set his side back on trying to get around Nick Adams. But look at that battle up there for that 2nd place. ZD is all over the back bumper of Carl Henderson.
Yeah, there's everybody's starting to make moves. Everybody's figuring out everybody else's moves and getting comfortable within the car. We're about another 9-10 laps in here at green, kind of like what we saw. Carl made a little bobble there going. I think he hit the apron, and Blake ZD was able to close the gap. He's going to go underneath him here in turn 3. Can Carl hold on? Let's see.
He's going to try. They're side by side as they come off the turn. ZD's trying to change the water on the pasta as he's looking down into turn number 1. He's trying to clear Carl, and he will get around him, but Carl's not ready to give it up. But I think Pasta Man has got around him.
Carl tried to do a power move right there, and it almost cost him. He barely missed a wall there coming off of turn 2. He was trying to accelerate so he can try to stay on his quarter panel. It did not happen. As we talk, Nick Adams is getting the crossover almost with Derek Schilling, but he just was not able to stick it when he was braking underneath him.
Yeah, Schilling is all over the back bumper of that number 30 car, trying to get around Nick Adams. Nick Adams is trying to set his sight on Carl, but he better watch out because here comes Schilling looking to the inside, dives to the inside, trying to get at least to that quarter panel, but he cannot get around that number 30 car, but he's going to have to settle in. And as he's settling in, here comes Stephen Dominy in that number 26.
Yeah, it's for sure you're trying to battle, but sometimes when you start battling the person and you can't pass, the guy behind you finds that little loophole because you're having to slow down because of him, and he tries to take advantage like Stephen Dominy did, just couldn't capitalize. And now Derek Schilling dives below Nick Adams going into turn 1. He's going to be able to clear him. Stephen Dominy is going to try and follow to clear Nick Adams. Let's see if he's able to going into turn 3 coming out of 4.
Yeah, Dominy trying to get around Nick Adams. Nick Adams looks like he may have run the tires a little ragged now, and that's going to cost him as he tried to make his way through the field faster than he probably should have at the time that he did. And it looks like Dominy is still fighting side by side. They're both going to chew up their tires doing this. And it looks like Adams is going to succeed at holding him off for another lap.
Yeah, he was barely able to clear him right there going into 3, but he was able to slid it down in front of him and took over that position and solidify that top 5 there for him. These guys are running hard. I know last night Derek Schilling started a little bit further back, but he had a really long run car at Dover. So I wonder if that's going to translate tonight for him to have a longer run car, be able to get up there past Carl Henderson and take over third here in a few laps.
Maybe so. He got really, really close to that wall right there. He was maybe, he could have reached out and touched that wall if he wanted to. But he got a great run coming off that turn now. He's right behind Henderson. Henderson has a bumper full or trunk full of Derek Schilling. Schilling looking to the inside, kind of trying to use that other Schilling car as a pick. Maybe his father was working with him, but I doubt they are on the same radio. But you never know.
Yeah, Josh Laston here and the Pasta Man are battling hard right now. They're trying to get something going. Blake is right on his rear bumper for 3 laps now, waiting for Josh to make a wrong move, hit the apron, do something so he can get by him.
Yep. Pasta Man is on a mission. Look at Pasta Man tonight. This is one of the best runs we've seen of him so far. Maybe some of that practice with the other teammates of his is really paying off.
Yeah. I want to say a quick hi. I got my buddy Richard Michael out there. He's out there commenting, saying, "What's up, fellas?" Nice to see you out there reaching out, man. I raced with him in IVRL on the Xbox Series well over a year ago. Me and him were really good teammates. I'm trying to transition him over to iRacing, and maybe he'll come join this series once he gets all of his stuff in.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we would be very happy that you joined us if you could. As we watch that battle for that lead right now, Pasta Man is all over the back bumper of Josh Lasson. Lasson drifts up high. This time, it looks like Pasta is going to have a great run coming off the turn down across the stripe. It's still Josh Lasson, but I think Pasta Man's going to be around him as they come off of turn number 2. If he gets a good run, they're going to try. They're side by side, door handle to door handle, lug nut to lug nut. And here comes Pasta Man to take the lead as they go into turn number 4.
Josh is going to try to close the door right there, but it's not going to be successful. I think he got a little bit too loose coming off, or actually he was pushing coming off of turn 4 as he was on his exit, and that left the door open for the Pasta Man to get underneath him, and he took advantage of him. I think coming out of turn 2, though, what solidified the pass was Josh got a little bit too loose. I think he might have scraped the wall or was very close to it.
Yeah, he might have. I'm not really sure if he did, but he definitely was close to it. But Blake Ziti, wow, we're seeing the Pasta Man show some strength tonight. He leads by 2 car lengths. Now it's 3, almost 4. He got a great run off of that turn as he goes down the back straightaway, leading the field here after 36 laps at Richmond Raceway.
Yeah, and then look who's in third. Third place is Derek Schilling. He's slowly inching his way up here to the front. Everybody's gotten past Carl Henderson. Something's wrong with Carl. He's back, sitting in 6th spot right now. Brandon Bernhardt's catching up to him after he got his lap back on that past caution at lap 9.
I'm actually surprised that Brandon Bernhardt is not having a better night. This is uncharacteristic of his skills. We know how fast he is and everything he gets in. And he's a past race winner in this series several times. And we thought for sure that we'd see him up there towards the front tonight. But, man, he's back there. But
it looked like he had a lap 1 or lap 2 incident or something like that. That kind of put him down. I don't know if it was when the John Gordon, Nick Adams incident or something to that effect. But by the time we hit lap 9, he was already a lap down. He was not involved in that accident. So
somebody's slamming the walls. I'm not sure. Somebody's riding the wall. I'm not sure who that was. They were just like riding the wall.
Mike Wazinski right there?
Might have been Wazinski. It's either him or maybe it might have been the 11. I'm not sure. It's a blue car. Yeah, it's Wazinski. That is. Yep.
Yeah, he's riding the wall. I think he's trying to avoid everybody. And if you're not used to avoiding people that are a lot faster than you, and you try to give them too much room, that's what happens. You're not used to doing that, and when you do, you don't hit the brakes enough, and you slide into the outside wall. I've done it quite a few times when I first started, trying not to be that guy.
I did it last night trying to let Blake go by.
So, yeah, you're not used to letting people by, and you're not used to that line. So whenever you do it, it's just terre y
Yes, absolutely.
So right
it's
now,
all Manzo, man. Look at Manzo. He's stretching this lead out.
So right now we have the Pasta Man. Got a little squirrely right there. Let's see if we can rewind that. I don't see exactly what happened to him there. Coming off the corner, the rear end comes around. He was able to catch it. Josh looked like he had to do the same thing.
Josh followed him. I mean, it was like Josh and him, like synchronized Olympic swimmers.
I think what happened was Josh saw him make a mistake, so he gunned it, and then he was about to follow suit with him.
Josh is lucky he didn't follow suit right into the inside wall doing that, trying to capitalize. They are catching quite a few of the tail end of the cars here, so they're going to start lapping some of these guys.
Yeah, next one up is Tom Stevens, as you can see him right there. And Blake Ziti is coming up on him.
Yeah, he is closing in on Stevens in that Napa Chevrolet. And then right in front of him is going to be Mark Schilling. So he'll try to close in on those guys, get around them, and do it as smoothly as possible, because you don't want to make a mistake when you're trying to get around traffic, because if you do that, you're going to open the door. Oh, I know. Look at that. Oh, Pasta Man is in a wreck with Mark Schilling. Schilling wrecks in the leader. Caution is out at lap 46.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw something building up there. The camera angle didn't show it as he was driving in the corner, but it looked like Pasta Man was going to have to split him, and wasn't able to. So let's go back and look and see what happened. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Schilling just didn't see him coming.
He's like slowed down dramatically and then dropped down. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But, oh, man, the race leader. Whew.
But the only thing good about this whole thing is that I think everybody is going to pit for this. And luckily for Blake Ziti, he still was able to get around that and was able to come across the line leading the race.
See, like right now, I saw the two lap cars side by side, and this is what my first initial was like, how's Pasta Man going to do it? But then Mark came down like that.
Yep.
So you're right. Everybody is on pit road right now.
Yeah, everybody's on pit road except for it looks like John Gordon, but I think Gordon is down a lap. So they all did follow. I figured they would. Tires do matter at this track. So I thought for sure everybody would come down. Josh Laston must have only took in 2, or he just got an unbelievable off pit or into the pits, into his stall, because he did beat Ziti off pit road.
Yes.
Schilling still was still third.
I'm not sure how he did it. Right now, Josh Laston showing he had a 15.70 pit stop time when Blake Ziti had a 14.7 versus Blake Ziti's at 14.23.
Did maybe Ziti overshot his pit a little bit? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe something to that effect. I'm not sure, but it shows Pasta Man got a better pit stop. Derek Schilling had a 15.08, and Carl Henderson had a 14.60. But it does show the whole entire pit lane from start to finish. Josh Laston had a 46.27 on time on pit road versus Blake Ziti's had a 49.05. So that's almost over 2.5 second gap right there he was able to close by either entry into his pit stall and his launch out of pit stall.
Yeah. I would say ZD must have overshot or undershot his pit.
Yeah, and then, I mean, you carry enough speed. I mean, sometimes you could be too conservative and slow down a little bit too much going into your pit stall and braking way too, gradually braking instead of a hard brake and stopping violently in your pit stall perfectly, We saw that on the Fuel All-Star race a couple weeks back. The winner, Bressie, he slammed on brakes and just slid and luckily ended up where he needed to be and to win the Fuel All-Star race.
Yeah, and that was an interesting concept in itself. I mean, there were basically only 3 guys that were able to make their pit stall the way they should have.
Like
the rest of them either undershot or overshot. Yeah.
In the all-star fashion of driving full speed and then slamming on your brakes and hoping to land in your pit stall to get that four-tire change and then accelerate off back around. It was an awesome event. I can't wait to see it happen again and to call that action one more time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun I'm sure you guys had. We are stacked up 2x2, getting ready to go back to green flag racing with ZD down on the inside, Josh Lassen on the outside. Row 2 is Derek Schilling on the inside and Carl Henderson on the outside. And here we go. Pace car is off. Let's see where Lassen goes. And he's on the gas. And off he goes. And he's going to bring Carl Henderson with him. Henderson's going to follow him down into the turn. ZD's going to be trapped down the inside. But ZD is not going away quite yet. He's going to shove Henderson up high as they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as he will clear Henderson. And also Schilling will also get around Brandon Bernhardt. This is the first time we've seen Brandon Bernhardt in the top 5 tonight.
And
so
we
they
have
are
a
single
caution.
file. Caution, wow, already.
Caution is back out. You know that old saying, caution does what?
Breeds caution.
It breeds caution. So let's see what exactly happened here on this restart. So Stephen Dominy is going into the corner right there, and Tom Stevens droves it in too hard and collects Stephen Dominy. And
he gave him 2 tires deep there.
Yeah, that was terrible. Not sure what happened there, but it looks like Tom Stevens blew his braking points and came up inside of him. Stephen Dominic did what he was supposed to do, hang up there, slam on the brakes, and just hold it till everybody went by. So good on him. I know that's not what he wanted to be in, but he did the right thing.
So while we're under caution, let's bring in Derek Schilling and see how his race is going.
Sounds good. Hey, Derek, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's the race going for you so far?
I haven't spun out yet, so it's going pretty decent. It's everything. It's a lot tighter than what it was in practice for me, anyway. So it's actually a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, that works wonders coming off the corner. So how's it compared to exiting turn 2 and 4 compared to practice?
Still got to take it easy on the first couple laps, just because it is cold tires. But those couple laps, after 2-3 laps, it's nice and warm tires, and you're good to go. You might have to start feathering a little bit later in the run, but it's really not that bad.
I got you. Yeah, that's what I figured. I know everybody's out there on cold tires in practice, trying to put down their best qualifying laps, and we saw lots of spins, a lot of marks on the track at the exit of the corner. So we're hoping that the cooler temperatures would help knock that off.
Yeah, it's helped out a lot. It's just been real nice. The whole front group been real competitive, but real clean up here. It's just been. I'm just glad I'm not back in that swarm of guys.
I gotcha. What do you got
like
for
your
Randy?
dad? Like your dad?
Yeah, like him. He's doing a lot of that.
I know you're gonna have a good talk with him after this.
Have a good race, man. You guys look like you're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, and watch out for that 70 car. He's going to be coming really fast. So we know you're listening to the broadcast. We can hear it in the background. So and listen to all our tips.
Hey, that's the whole goal right now.
All right, man. Have a good race, man.
I appreciate it, guys.
So good to talk to Derek and see what his thought on the track is. It definitely seems like the track is a lot different than it was in practice, even compared to the other night. The other night, the track was super slimy. It was like running around on ice.
As the sun goes down, you can see the lights on the track are a lot more prevalent instead of the sun, as you saw during qualifying. So, I mean, the track temperature's going down. Let's see what the track temperature is right now. It's down to 78, so it's dropped a few degrees. So. Yeah. These guys, cooler temperatures, nighttime. I think that's playing into their role right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if they'll go green here in just a few. The field will. Not sure what.
It looks like they're bunching up right now to go one to green here. Let's check this lights on the pace car.
Pace car's lights are
off. They just turned out.
Yep, they're out.
So we're at. Just hit lap 58 out of 100. We're going to go green on 59. That's our, third caution of the night. I'm keeping track tonight.
Yeah, trying to make the, see if you beat me or not.
See if I get my prediction right. I don't want to get the prediction right. I pleaded with them last week. Come on, let's go green. I was up there trying to, put all the good mojo towards them, and it just did not work.
We'll go green flag here as the pace car pulls them off of turn number 4. The pace car is in. Here we go, side by side. ZD on the outside. Laston on the inside. Laston gets shot out by a cannon. He jumps out to a 1-2 car length lead over the second place. Carl Henderson alongside with ZD. The inside line looks like it may be coming alive, but look at the
43 and the 30 right there.
Whoa, the 43 is into the wall, but he saves it and did not come down in front of anybody, so we're still green flag as we've got a battle for second as Henderson is going to get around ZD. ZD's going to have to tuck in line, but ZD's going to say, let me try that inside line. But no, he dumps back behind him, and it's all Laston out front.
Yeah, so now Blake ZD's got to watch out for his teammate behind him of Brendan Bernhardt. Brendan Bernhardt's been showing some really great speed, so they got to watch out for him. He's creeping on up.
How mad would you be if you were like Josh Lassen or Cole Henderson?
Right there on the bottom.
Yeah, he's down low. How mad would you be if you've run all these laps the whole night, you've run great, and all of a sudden here comes Brandon Bernhardt again to spoil the party?
Oh, man. I mean, you'd be happy for your teammate, but also mad because you want to win too. And you've already got a couple wins. Let me have one, bud.
Yeah, exactly. So Z's trying to hold him off. He's going to try to close in on the back of Carl Henderson. Now, Henderson, last time, it seemed as the tires got hotter, he was having a little
we have
issues. Oh, we got one
Mark
car.
Schilling's around again.
Ooh. And Josh Lassen went off the track.
Well, let's see what happened there. Mark Schilling just guns a little bit too much and goes off track, spins it, and then hits Josh.
Ooh.
That's the second time he's taken out a leader.
He's 2 for 2. Wow. Boy, I can tell you this. I'm sure Derek is going to have a long talk with Daddy-O about how he's driving this week.
Yeah. All right. We saw this. This is a pretty long caution break. Let's go ahead and go to a commercial break. It's one of my favorite Guitar Addict commercials.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Addict. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar,
automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
That guy sounded exactly like me.
I don't know where we get them. We get these basically stunt double, voice doubles. I don't know where we get them from.
I don't know, but I hope I'm not a loser like that guy is. Can't even play a ukulele.
Don't be that guy.
Don't, Mama, don't be that guy.
It was a couple of weeks ago when
eyes ain't pretty.
I had my kid here, and what she was doing, she's over there playing. The recorder. That's what she had. She had the recorder, and she's over there playing the John Cena. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if I was on a broadcast, the podcast, or a race, but she's in the background playing, and I'm like, shut up.
You know, I went through that same thing with my kid when, because the schools all tell them, you got to get a recorder. And they all get this recorder and bring home this recorder, and you're like, oh, God, help me.
I'd rather play John Cena's theme song over Mary Had a Little Lamb or something over and over and over.
That's true.
And whenever I think about that, I think about that prank call video of John Cena. Have you ever heard that one?
Is that on the one that was on E-Bombs?
It's probably been over a lot of places where they call and they're like, hey, would you like to support a veteran who served our country? And I'm like, well, yes, of course. It was like, well, how about you heard this weekend at John Cena? He's performing in a WrestleMania. It just goes over and over. This lady gets aggravated. It's the most hilarious video ever.
I agree. That was pretty funny. It's very funny. So, John Cena actually made his return back to the WWE this week. So, it's good to see him back in the ring.
His movie day, his movies are over and then they're in theaters.
No,
so
he's got a new movie out. Yeah. He's got a couple movies coming out right now. We're going to see The Rock actually in probably a few weeks as he's going to return to the ring as well. So.
It's a good way for them to promo and bringing them back so they can make some money on their movies.
Yep.
All right.
Along with Trump on the WWE making his return.
All right. Josh Laston gets a hell of a jump right there over his teammate Carl Henderson. Carl's going to hang on to the second position as Brandon Bernhardt is running door to door with his teammate right now, diving into turn 2. But look at Brandon. He's going to drive it. I think he's going to set sail past Carl there. Ooh, it gets a little loose. He got a little bit loose there going off of it, but he's trying his best to stay door to door with him.
Yeah, Brandon Bernhardt, who we knew was going to show at some point in this race, and now he's trying to set sail on those other guys as the Hornet's Nest is working back there. We've got Ziti, Adams, Schilling.
Oh, we got Tom Stevens around back there.
And no caution will come out as Schilling works his way, trying to follow in Blake Ziti. He's looking to get underneath him. Nick Adams is working on that outside groove. Schilling down all by himself, a man on a mission, trying to work around the guy that led quite a few laps early on. And
there's a lot of smoke going on the back straight away.
That must be left over for Tom Stevens.
Derek Schilling dives it deep underneath Blake. Blake did not get a good entry into turn 3, and it left the door open for Derek Schilling. He takes over, trying to take that 4th spot away from Blake Ziti.
Wow, that's pretty amazing that he's actually got around Ziti. Ziti had such a strong car early on, and now that car has kind of gone away. I say that he's still trying to work around to get around that Coke Jack Daniels number 27. As Schilling will make his way around him and clear him. Well, no, not quite yet. Here he comes again.
Blake Ziti's going to do a crossover.
Yeah, he's not giving up. That's the best battle on the track, side by side, as John Gordon tags that outside wall with the back end of that Guitar Attic snap-on. Is it snap? What is that? Post-it car. I said snap-on, but it's a post-it Guitar Attic not first response, a Coach Fire Media car. He's an Endeavor car. He has all the sponsors on the back of the car. We want to actually thank John Gordon for his support for the Guitar Addict and for the Ghostfire Media.
Boy, Derek drove it in hard, but then it just pushed him all the way to the top, let Blake Ziti come back in. Might clear him going into turn 1 here. He's going to continue to fight as hard as he can to stay on that quarter panel so Blake can't clear him, but he does. He clears him. Nick Adams not going to be able to hang in with him, so Derek's going to fall in line here in 5th and ride.
Watch out. Nick Adams is on a move as well in that number 30.
So we'll move back up to the front here. We still have Josh Laston leading, Carl Henderson in a second. Third is Brandon Bernhardt. He has made his way up. He was a lap down in lap 9. We're at 26 laps to go, and he is up there. So he made his way back up. It takes a while here on short track racing to try to make those spots up, but he was able to do it. He is running third. We have our first lap car. These guys are going to encounter and be Tom Stevens up here. So let's see what happens. So Josh Lassen once he gets to him.
Well, let's hope that these lap cars stay away from the leaders. Unlike the last couple times we've seen Stevens get into them, we also saw Mark Schilling get into Blake Ziti. And who knows, maybe that's the problem with Ziti's car. Maybe that damage was did have something to do with his step down.
I'm sure he went in whenever he went to get the tires. I guarantee he had to use that fast repair for that damage. And the person that couldn't use that fast repair right now is Josh Laston after he got hit. He stayed out, and you can see the little front end damage on that front left right there. You see that front tire sticking out compared to everybody else's. Fenders actually are intact.
Yeah, but almost resembling a little bit of a Winston modified from the years past.
It almost looks like this Jeep that I saw today. This Jeep had no fender wells on, Wrangler, and it had gigantic tires sticking out with absolutely no fender wells on it. It looked like it was just scrunched. It was weird.
Have you seen the new Jeep by chance?
Which new Jeep?
There's a new Jeep that just came. They just issued it. It's actually bigger than any other Jeep. It's almost like the size of, not quite the size of a Suburban, but it's probably the size of a Durango. The seats fold flat all the way through the whole thing. It's super luxurious.
I think it's the Gladiator, or no.
I don't know what it is.
I think I know what you're saying. It's their new luxury SUV.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't look like a Jeep at all. I looked and I went, that's a Jeep? And it's crazy. But Jeep is trying to get into the luxury game. They're probably putting a lot of the parts from the Chrysler Pacifica in there to try to start that game. I hope not.
They reuse everything and everything. I think the window buttons in my Dodge Charger is the exact same window buttons as my 2010 Dodge. Ooh, Brendan Bernhardt gets sideways off that corner right there. Man.
He is trying. He's trying to come. There's no doubt about it. Bernhardt is trying to close that gap between those two leaders right now. And we got 19 laps to go. I would not doubt that Brandon Bernhardt is going to have something to say with the win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's there. Carl Henderson's there. I think he is waiting in the whim. All three of them are. And you got Blake Ziti coming back in the picture. Derek Schilling's only a straightaway away. I think, I don't know what Brandon Bernhardt was trying to do, but he was nowhere close to try to make a move. But he's like, hey, I'm there, bud. Maybe it was intimidation. He's like, I'm going to drop it down and see what Carl does.
His line off of turn number 2 is much wider than Henderson or Laston. You watch him, he'll slide way up. Well, this time he says, no, I'm not going to do that. This time he drives down low, trying to take that inside line to get around Henderson. Henderson's going to have nothing to do with it, and he'll hold on to that second position as Brandon will look once again to that inside, and no, and he drives wide again.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to arc the corner. You got to do something to kind of like you did right there. That's what I was going for. Ooh, Mike Wazinski almost took out Josh Laston. Josh Laston had to check up. Look who's underneath him due to that pick, basically.
Oh my God.
I don't think.
We got a 3-car battle for the lead now.
And Blake Zeta tried to come in and he just smacked the wall coming off of turn 2.
Look out. We got a Pier 6er working here as Lassen is luckily he's holding on to the lead because Bernhardt now is going to get around around Henderson, and he's going to set his sights on Lassen. And with 14 laps to go, actually it's going to be 13 laps here in a second. Can you believe this? Brandon Bernhardt right there now?
Yeah, so the pick didn't work out the way that Carl wanted to. Carl thought, man, this was my shot. And Josh was able to recover, and Brandon was able to power on the outside after him. Now we got Blake Gazidi all over him. And look what the lead. We have Brandon Bernhardt on the outside.
Yeah, and Brandon Bernhardt's going to get around Josh Lassen here shortly. Well, Lassen's not giving up. They're side by side, door handle to door handle, lug nut to lug nut as they go across the line. And they're still side by side as they go into turn number 1. But I believe as they come off the turn, I think Bernhardt may clear him this time, and he will clear him this time. And Lassen will now run second to Bernhardt, who sat patiently the whole race trying to get his way up there, and he's going to try to make it 3 in a row.
Man, I'm amazed at the clean driving. You see how much space they gave each other? That is respect. They knew what was on the line here for, going with almost 10 laps to go. Oh, Josh is sideways. Oh. And we have almost 10 laps to go, and these guys are racing each other cleaner than ever. They gave each other so much room and respect there. It's very commendable. I know Josh isn't happy, man, but he knew that he's racing him clean.
That's Carl going to try to get around Lassen. And Lassen, I know, is going to try to drive hard because he does not want Carl to get around him. But Blake Zini's going to make it 3 wide. He's going to go down. He almost made it 3 wide, but he's still looking at making it 3 wide.
It looked like he slid the tires going in there to turn 3 right there, trying to avoid everything. But, man, look at this action. I have to think that damage is now playing a huge toll right now on the way Josh Lassen has to drive it, get him out of his groove, and he just can't hit it due to the damage.
Yeah, I think that damage is definitely playing a part in his driving, but he's going to clear Henderson, and Henderson now has that trunk full of that number 50 Endeavor car. The Endeavor car of Blake Zini dives to the inside. He's going to try to get around him, and they
clip just a little bit.
Yeah, Henderson's going to do the inside-outside move, and they will not. You talked about respect, and we were talking about John Cena. That's one of his saying. He says, I want some respect. And that's what we've got all night long, respect from these drivers. As 7 laps remain in this race, as Brandon Bernhardt all by himself.
Man, look at after he cleared Josh Lassen. He's up 15, 20 car lengths. It's almost over a second and a half on him, man. He is pulling away from the field once he was able to clear him.
And that's just got to be a heartbreak for Josh Lassen and Carl Henderson and even Blake Ziti. These guys ran so well this whole race. And they probably saw Brandon go a lap down. They said, great, he's out of the picture. And no, he's never out of the picture. And I know these guys said when they opened this series up to the other drivers, they said, God, I hope we don't get anybody like Brandon Bernhardt because he'll come here and dominate the whole thing, and that's what he's done. 5 laps remaining.
Brandon Bernhardt, he's driving phenomenally in other series, but he's putting on a clinic here in the TNT series. It's not what the regulars were looking forward to. They were hoping to have good battles, but not have somebody come in and dominate the way Brandon Bernhardt has been able to these past few races.
No, so this, as Brandon keeps racking up these wins and these great finishes and stuff, all this does is make Josh have to work harder to hold on to that second place and the points so he can get that turtle that way, because it doesn't appear as long as Brandon keeps running the way he is, there's no way he'll win this stage this season.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how everything else develops. This is the longest season the TNT's had, so we're going to have to kind of look at it. As we're talking, Carl Henderson's putting the pressure on the Blake Ziti. He dives underneath him going in the corner here. coming to the white, or two laps left right now. He's trying to get that one position back up, hit the third place, do whatever he can. Maybe he can use Stephen Dominy, who they're coming up on his lap car, as a pick somehow.
Well, you see that Ziti is trying to clear, at least get a little bit more space between the two, and he does now. He's got 1, 2, 3 car lengths in front of him. Final lap here at Richmond Raceway. Brandon Bernhardt comes down the back straightaway for the last time in the Endeavor number 70. He'll pull it down to the bottom of the track. He'll slide off of turn number 4 as he heads for the green checker. And there it is. He wins the line. The checker flag is out for Brandon Bernhardt as he'll win once again in the TNT Guitar Addict Series.
You got the fireworks on the back stretch just going off right now. Everybody, you can hear it.
And Josh Lassen rides up behind it. Congratulate Brandon on a great win. He'll actually give him a little bit of side there.
All right, so we've picked on Brandon this whole entire season after every one of his wins. Has he went back in practice? Because I give him crap every time. I even message him and give him crap. It's a wider track this time, so I think he's going to be a little bit better. He's not going to. The wall's really far apart.
Well, he didn't. He did not touch the walls. He's got plenty of room between the wall and him.
You see the fireworks right there.
Although he's trying to work his way, spinning all the way down to the wall, but I guess not.
All right.
Yeah, the fireworks get in the way.
So as he does that, let's go ahead and pull up the results here for everybody at home. So as you all know, Brandon Bernhardt won the race tonight. Second place is Josh Laston. Third is Blake Ziti. Fourth is Carl Henderson. Fifth is Derek Schilling. Sixth is Nick Adams. Seventh is Kevin Haas. Eighth is Philip Hitman Manzo. Ninth is David Wright. 10th is Tom Stevens.
11th will go to Mike Wazinski. Then 12th will go to Stephen Domney. John Gordon will be 13th. 14th will go to Mark Schillings, who had a horrible night tonight. Got into a couple incidents, but he was good enough to get a better finish than Gene Watkinson. David DeParis will line, or actually, I guess Gary Winters will actually take the last position, even though he did not run.
So, as we do this, let's go ahead and bring in our race winner. Brandon, it's Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, you guys got me?
Oh, yep. Man. Hey, congratulations on not hitting something during your burnout, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, getting better.
All right, man. Walk us through tonight. I mean, what happened early on? You were a lap down. What happened?
Somehow I got a black flag for cutting the course, and they cleared it, but it still put me a lap down. So then, thankfully, I was able to get the wave around and get back on the lap.
I got you, man. So, did you think your night was over? Did you think you'd be able to come back to the field like you did? Like, what was your thoughts?
I felt pretty quick, but we got that long green flag run there, and I was like, well, I didn't use all my tires to get through the field. So I thought there's no chance, and then we got that caution and kind of grouped the field back up.
So, Brandon, was Blake on your radio spotting for you tonight, or was he spotting for somebody else?
He kind of just sits in the Discord and talks to all of us and stuff like that.
Okay, so he's watching the broadcast and watching the cars and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we wondered if he was spotting for one of you guys. But you, at the point when you were trying to get around Carl Henderson, your car was very, very loose, it seemed, coming off of turn number 2. Did you ever scrub the wall coming off 2?
Not that I got contact for anything or felt.
Yeah, I mean, you were so close. That's why I wondered. I mean, you were working. I mean, it looked like you were really driving the wheels off of that car trying to get around Henderson.
Yeah. I was trying to just put the pressure there, hoping Carl would make a mistake, but he's too good of a driver to do that. So I just had to work on my entry of 1, where he's kind of beating me on the exit of 2 and a little bit on exit of 4. So I just started changing my line a little bit, and I found something in 1 and 2 there that was able to give me a big run.
Yeah. So did you think the pick right there at the end that of the lap car right there got in way of Josh? Did you think it was going to work to your advantage or disadvantage because you went high and Carl went low? I thought Carl was going to have the advantage with the lap car slowing down Josh a little bit, and Carl was going to have the advantage, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I shot to the top there, hoping Josh was going to get a little bit better run, but Carl was fast, so it was really, just a tough decision. I don't know. Either one of them could have easily overpowered the other one there. Kind of just got lucky on that one.
And my last question for you tonight: how were you able to make that outside groove to pass Josh there for the win?
I worked on it a little bit in practice. I'd run, short run. I'd run the bottom, and then as the run went on, I'd run that middle high line there. So I had some experience up there. Kind of knew where I could push the car at. And then as the night went on, it got a little bit looser. So it kind of helped you on that top side to kind of get a good exit off.
Well, congratulations. Great run tonight. And keep up the good work, man. It's always good to see you running good.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, shout out to both the CCR boys there, Josh and Carl. That was a very, very, very good race. Probably one of the best races I've had in this league. That was a lot of fun.
I got you, man. And if you go back and watch it, I commended both of you, all three of you, initially the whole entire group up front. You guys were running very clean, very spacious. You guys gave each other a lot of respect and a lot of room out there, and it was great to see that here in the TNT series.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy running against those guys and Blake. We can run really tight, but keep it clean the whole time. So, Josh and Carl in Atlanta both haven't made a race yet. Especially only a short track. So I was really looking forward to being able to run both of them. And tonight proved to be a good competition, like I thought it would be.
I got you, man. Well, you have a good night, and we'll see you out there on Sunday in the Cup race.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for broadcasting again. I'll make sure to go back and watch it.
Yeah, right. Do that.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, let's bring up Josh. He's going to be frustrated, but we'll talk to him anyways. Hey, Josh, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. To get a copy?
I do.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that voice was coming. So how was the race for you, man?
You know what? It was honestly a great race. Ended up with a little bit of damage.
Yeah, we saw that.
And yeah, just towards the end, apparently, I'm going to assume I was towed in, so my right front got a little bit warmer than I would have wanted. And yeah, it just ended up being a bit of a rough time.
Yeah, you look like once you had to run out of the groove that you had, your damage kind of played in there, and you just couldn't get the angle and arc that you needed to here at Richmond.
No, if I was on my line, it actually helped me turn in for the first, 15 laps. But then it overheated and had some issues.
Okay, I got two questions for you. One, how good did it feel that you actually beat Carl?
Honestly, I feel really bad because early in the race, we were just talking. He gave me a lot more space, and then I kind of blocked runs twice on him.
Oh, no. I can't believe you did that.
Okay. First one was me bobbling and going a little bit lower on the track, and then the second time I was more focused on where Brandon was, didn't see the massive run that he had, and cut him off going into turn 3 to where he had to check up, and it ended badly, and I actually feel terrible.
But you knew that Josh, not Josh, but you remember when Carl was trying so hard to beat your speed in practice the other night. So I figured that you beating him just kind of, poked a little harder.
No, honestly, the two of us, all of our back and forth on that's all good-natured because we each push ourselves to be a lot better. Yeah. And on direct messages, we share a lot of information. Honestly, the big thing is we work to Well, we were hoping to beat Brandon tonight, and honestly, at the end, with the damage I had, Carl was the better option, and I kind of screwed him.
So what was your thoughts there on that almost pick that you almost lost the lead to Carl underneath you? Like, how were you able to power on the outside or pass him on that one?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I've been running at about 70%, and most of tonight was muscle memory and just reaction.
Okay, so how did you feel when Mark Schilling lost it there right in front of you and got into you?
Honestly, it's one of those things that I'm not angry, I'm not anything. It is what it is, and I didn't think my damage was as bad as I was until Carl said something when he took a look at my car. It felt fine. I gave it some swerves to see if anything felt broken, and it felt good. Just, again, looking at my telemetry data, I was way hotter than I should have at the end.
Gotcha. I have one question. It'll probably help out with the admins as well. So you were one of the few people that got a restart up front on the few cautions we had tonight. What are your takes on the choose rule of which lane the leader gets to take? Did you like that aspect? Because I see that you did it at least once or twice whenever, Carl was either behind you or underneath you, you took the high line.
Honestly, the high line was where you wanted to be. And then you also have the benefit of if there's a teammate in the back row with you, you're going to have somebody that you trust behind you. And honestly, there's no one I trust more than Carl. And honestly, if he knows my starting, he can follow me. He knows when I'm going to end up going. So you could see he benefited greatly from having me in front of him.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, it was great having you on. Great finish. Second place, not what you were hoping, but after the night and getting the damage, I know you're happy just to be able to still get second place.
I mean, I'm happy with any podium position at this point.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
See you tomorrow night.
See ya.
Hey, man, let's get a third place on the Pasta Man. Hey, Pasta Man, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
Copy. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, you were battling hard tonight here. Walk us through those last couple of laps, and we saw the rear end just sliding all over the place. You trying everything you can to get past Carl there.
Yeah, I mean, last closing laps there was definitely a handful. I mean, I knew I was a little faster than him on the exit, but he's doing a great job defending. I'd get right on his bumper, but really he'd close off the line before I could make, my move on him. The only way I was getting him is get on the side of him. And, at the last, I forget what it was, turn 1 into 2, we came in a little hot and we, got into each other's door. But it was clean. We raced clean the whole time, and it was a lot of fun, man.
Hey, let me ask you something, Blake. We saw that Josh got off of pit road before you. So how did that happen?
Ran out of talent.
I mean, you had a faster pit stop than him, but I don't understand how he was that faster coming.
I went past it a little bit. I had to go in reverse.
There it is. Okay, that's what. All right, so it was that. That's
what Randy was thinking. Thinking you might have missed it just a tad bit. So
just a tad bit. I'm like, I'll get in there hot and be able to stop. But I just I was like an inch over. It was like, go back.
So do you think if you had got off of pit road in front of Josh, do you think you might have been able to hold him off for a little longer and possibly did better?
Yeah, I mean, you're always thinking that all those guys up there think we're going to get the win at any point. We know that if we're up there, we have a shot. So, if I was out in front of him, I think we would have had a good race. Brandon came in hot at the end there with good laps. So, it would have been a good race between the closed circuit team and the Endeavor for sure. I don't want to say that I would have won, but it would have been close. I definitely would have finished further up.
Yeah, man. You were out there battling. I think you've taken like a week or so off from the TNT series, but we're glad to have you back here, man. You come out and put on a good show here. You put on a good show every week here in the AOL, both in all 3 series you're running so far.
I appreciate that, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Definitely getting the hang of it a little bit more each and every week. And I have fun racing these guys. There's a lot of respect in this league, and that goes a long way. Especially racing these guys close as we are. So it makes the competition that much more fun.
I got you, man. Well,
good job tonight, man.
Yeah, good job, and
Thanks,
can't wait to see what you put on a show for us next week.
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a great night.
You too.
Well, those were our top 3 finishers tonight here in the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. And Adam, what you think of the race so far? I mean, overall.
They beat our expectations on the caution, so I commend them for that. Made for a short broadcast tonight, but awesome racing. I mean, you saw it, folks. There was door-to-door action all throughout those last 5-10 laps. I mean, they put on a heck of a show throughout the top 5 to 10 all night long. Richmond Raceway puts on a heck of a show every time we're out here. So it was great to see all the good side-by-side battles that we saw.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of funny because before we started this whole thing, Adam had said to me, he goes, because I said Richmond International Raceway, and he goes, no, it's Richmond Raceway. And so the whole race, you have called it Richmond International Raceway, or International Speedway.
Whatever.
You have not got it right the whole night.
And then, I remember last time we broadcasted here, we had Johnny out there correcting all of us. He's like, no, it's Richmond Raceway. They changed it like 14 years ago.
I think that's great.
Oh, man, this place. Stop changing your name, just like Phoenix. Phoenix is no longer wherever the heck it was. It's back to Phoenix.
Concord, or like, actually Concord Speedway, which is Charlotte Speedway,
yeah,
Lowe's Speedway, whatever you want to call it.
Speedway, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Stop changing your name.
Stop! You're in Concord, North Carolina. This is called Concord, Super Speedway.
Yeah, it's definitely not Charlotte. It's Concord.
So, anyways, hey, let's get out of here. Let's sign off of here. So, folks, you've been watching the Ghostfire Media broadcast of the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. Don't forget, tomorrow night we've got the podcast coming on at 8 p.m. So join us for that. I know myself will be there. Adam will probably be coming in at some point doing some weird broadcasting from what you tell me. And
I might be a remote. I mean, I'm driving from wonderful Texas to somewhere in Mississippi all day tomorrow, and then driving the rest of the way to North Carolina the day after that to go back home to North Carolina and see the family.
Just don't stop in Arkansas or Louisiana. Those are totally red states right now with COVID, so you don't want to pick that stuff up.
Kansas.
Or Kansas, yeah. So just make your way straight into North Carolina as quick as you can. Anyways, also, don't forget, Sunday night we'll have the AOLL Cup Series will be broadcasted once again at 7. We'll start a little past 7, actually, 7:50, whatever it is. The race will start around 8 o'clock, so you want to join us for that. And then next week, don't forget, once again, we'll be back here on the Ghostfire Media network with the Guitar Addict TNT series. So from Adam Wood, I'm Randy Pepper. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you so long from the Sunshine State. Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.